Hello, Internet. Jack and Daxter. One of the great game series that has ever blessed the PS2. See, the last Jack and Daxter game that they made was back in 2009, I believe. It was Jack and Daxter: The Lost Frontier. See, so a while back, I was kind of looking at it, and everyone was saying, "Oh, it sucked. They wish it never existed. Oh, it's such a terrible game, blah, 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 blah." I was thinking, oh, wow, this game must really suck. But the thing is, eventually, I decided, well, screw it, how bad could it be? And I picked it up for my PSP. So, I sat there, and I played it, and I played it, and you know what? I loved it. So, I am wondering, why the heck does everyone hate Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier? So basically, I'm going to talk about what I like and I dislike about the game, and I'm telling you why I like the game. So I'll start with the dislikes for all you negative people out there who hate the game. Here's what I found bad about it. Some of these are major, some of these are kind of minor. So first with the minor things, the character models for a lot of the guys, Jack and Kira mainly. Well, pretty much just them for the most part. I don't know, they just look really weird. They don't really look like, Jack should and Kira should. The thing is, it's not really that big of a deal, though. I mean, they really don't look that bad. It's just kind of a tiny thing. The other thing that people don't like is Kira. Ooh, she's completely changed, And yeah, that's another bad thing. She's just different. It's kind of weird, but once again, that's kind of a little thing. I can kind of get around that. The main thing that people don't like is Dark Daxter. And yeah, I can agree with this one, okay? It seems like a joke because basically Daxter, I don't know, he gets exposed to Dark Eco somehow. I don't exactly remember how, but he does, and he turns into this giant freaking monster thing. Yeah, the gameplay for it's not terrible, but it definitely ain't great. I can stand it. And I think it's okay, but it's not really good. And it just doesn't seem to fit in the storyline. I think it's just something that high impact games tried and kind of failed at doing. Every game has problems like that. That is a pretty big stumble, though, and that kind of brings down my rating a little bit. Now, the next thing. It was made by High Impact Games instead of Naughty Dog. I don't exactly know why it was made by High Impact Games, but the thing is, I think they did a pretty darn good job. Besides those things I stated before, this game is pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as the other Jak and Daxter games, but it's better than a lot of the games out there today. I think one of the reasons why people don't like it might have something to do with the fact that Naughty Dog didn't make it. They're like, oh, this isn't by Naughty Dog, it's gonna suck. Which, I don't think that's true. I think High Impact Games did a really good job with it. Of course, they're not going to live up to Naughty Dog standards, but they did a pretty good job trying. Now, the good things. I thought the customization in this game was great. I found that unexpected, but a really good surprise. Basically, you can customize Jack with a whole bunch of eco upgrade power type things, like you can increase his health, you can make him shoot fireballs whenever he punches, you can increase his damage, and all sorts of cool stuff. I find it to be very useful, and like I said, very cool. The other thing is you can upgrade your ship, because air combat is a big part of this game, which I also like, by the way. I thought that the air combat was a nice, fresh thing for this game, something that we haven't seen before. And I thought that was really good as well. So, and then there's the platforming parts, which It's just good old Jak and Daxter, and really, there's nothing to complain about with that. I just think that overall, it was a good game. Like I said, not great, but it was good. I'd probably give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. You know, I just don't really understand why people don't like this game. It it's fun, it's creative. You know, I mean the storyline. That's another bad point. The thing is, the storyline, it's not completely terrible like everyone claims it is. I mean, granted, it's no diamond, but you know, it's all right. You know, nothing memorable, but nothing god awful that makes you go, "Oh, really?" It's just, you know, an average storyline, but I think the great gameplay helps to make up for that. And like I said, pretty good game overall. I honestly don't understand why people hate it so much. It's just an average game. It's not terrible. And you know, I watched a review by IGN and I think they nailed it pretty well. They said, you know, they liked the customization and the air combat, but they didn't like, you know, Dark Daxter. They didn't really like the storyline either. They gave it what, like a 7.5 or something like that. And like I said, that's pretty good. I just I don't know why people pretend it doesn't exist. I mean, it's a pretty darn good game. Now, I think a lot of people are also sad that that appears to be the last game in the series. And for a while, it made me pretty sad too, because I was like, oh my god, there's never gonna be a Jak 4, because you probably don't know this, but Jak and Daxter is one of my favorite series of all time. It's just completely awesome, okay? If you have not played the Jak and Daxter games, you have to. You have to. They are awesome. Just go buy the HD collection. But if you have a 360, sorry. Well, you suck. No, you don't suck. You just need to buy a PS3. Or, well, a PSP and you can play a couple of games. Anyways, so, yeah, I said I used to be sad about it because apparently, for a while, they tried to do a remake. And I thought, why? Why are you doing a remake? But they said it didn't really feel like Jak and Daxter. Oh yeah, Naughty Dog were the ones who were actually doing this. Oh, so sorry. I have to cut that out. Anyways, so they said they were going to do a remake, but they said that it didn't feel like Jak and Daxter. I thought, well, that's alright. And they said that they're probably not going to make a new one, but they said that it is possible that there may be a new game eventually. And I'm really hoping for a Jak 4. You know, because you know if Naughty Dog does it, they're going to blow us away. You know. So that's just kind of my little rant about Jak and Daxter and Lost Frontier. You know, tell me your opinion. Tell me your opinion in the comments below. Do you like the game? Do you dislike the game? Are you just being a troll? What's up? Somebody tell me why everyone hates this game. Anyways, well, that's all I got for you. Peace out. Sucker!